Good morning, America. This is Dr. Turi. Today we are May the 18th, and we are actually one day after the main energy of the SOS to the world that we are currently investigating in this video. And the title associated with this video is SOS to the World, Shocking News, Nukes, Earthquakes, Volcano, May 24th, 2019. So I have to help you to build your own cosmic consciousness. And in order for me to do so is to keep doing what I do best, is to offer you colors of the news ahead of time. So all the skeptics and the atheists and the agnostic and all the educated idiots out there realize that the date of today and the date I'm giving you, I mean, it's a few days away, okay? So let's reevaluate it. This May 17 window. It's coming to an end now. Slowly but surely, you still are under those nasty cosmic windows that produce dramatic news. As I said, we're going to cover some of those, and the serious potential for terrorist attack. So remember, all I'm doing is like Nostradamus used to do in the 16th century, is to give you keywords and quatrain, with the only difference, again, that I don't have to worry about French Inquisition cutting my neck off. So I can be very, very transparent. And the great prophet, of course, had to be that way, had to be subtle and mysterious and very blurry, so he could keep his head. Couldn't be as honest and direct as I am today, even though that a bunch of idiots out there would love to see me, being burned the stick. Yeah, they're still living 2,000 years ago. That's a sad reality. So you have to realize also that I made a video on April 29th, okay? Giving you all sorts of information about what would transpire on May the 17th. So again, this is another proof of one of my well-documented, dated, and published and recorded predictions. Just trying to prove my claim of my UFO predictive legacy that was induced by Draco, the benevolent extraterrestrials, in June the 20th, 2012, when he entered my body. So, warning, caution. I mean, you already read the quatrain, hidden secret, sex, money come to light, raw power, challenge, police, deadly villains, ugly face of death, drama or surface, nature, man's religious, bloody, folly, reign. I mean, if you look at all the news about abortion, you could see how much the religious people are fighting each other's. And when I wrote nature, man, religion, bloody, folly, reign, and you see it unfolding on CNN well before the news, that tells you that I must have something. Okay. All right. So let's go a little bit further down the line here. Again, nature, man's religion, bloody, folly, reign. So we already approached the tremendous, very sensitive abortion dilemma I have explained to you. I did explain to you in previous video, if you watch them, that you don't kill a child when he's in the womb of the mother. I'm not going to repeat myself. You want to know why or how it works? Well, keep watching those videos. I might repeat myself sometime, but for now I have too many news on my plate. So the weekend severe threat is going on right now. 40 million people are under severe weather threat in the Midwest, and 34 tornadoes already have reported, and apparently they're pretty big. So when you look at it, And that's a fact. I mean, it's there in front of your eyes. I won my VIP on May 27th, the public on April 29th, and also on Forbidden Knowledge News Radio on May the 14th. Okay. Of course, you will not see me on CNN like your weatherman doing so, okay? But the fact is, I'm well ahead of time, and this makes the scientific community, you like it or not, much less reliable or useful than I am. And it's all free. So what I'm trying to tell you, if you have a plan to go some places, take a trip, take a cruise, unless you want to come back constipated and poisoned, don't pay attention to the cosmic code. And that is you're lucky, because a lot of people die. It's no accident. It's all within the realm of the cosmic code jurisdiction, something I'm trying to explain to you. I also mentioned that during my windows, there are always earthquakes at 6.0 or above. Today, we had a 6.0 magnitude earthquake in Papua New Guinea, okay? And a couple of days ago, during the same window, we had a 7.5. I mean, how more accurate can I be? And when I tried to join USGS, the Pasadena Seismology Institute or NASA, they laugh at me, even with the proof in hands. That's where you're at. I'm not allowed. Soul doctors are somebody to ridicule, to ignore. And the other, meantime, we are well ahead of traditionally educated idiots out there who their spiritual pride based upon their education make them feel better than we are. Yeah. So, you like it or not, the fact is there is no denying this SOS to the world deadly window, and the reptilians hijacking the body, the mind, and the soul of their slave. When is the last time you heard a poor 19-year-old being lured to 3 crazy people that killed her and cut her freaking tummy up to take the baby out? When is the last time you heard of that? Think. Okay? It happened during my SOS to the world, because I told you this is where the reptilians get really, really nasty and really, really active. And that poor 19-year-old mother who was hoping to get some help because she had no money, somebody to give her a trolley, something to carry a baby. She did not know that she was going to go to a bunch of reptilians infected people that wanted her baby, and they were ready to kill her and risk the life of the baby. Come on, people, realize what I'm talking about is real. All right. Now, what you're going to see once you click on the associated newsletter below the video, the Labal Crucifixture of Fit, Dr. Turi, the divine science of light and sound. So this guy is a client of mine or a student of mine, probably. And he made up a mixture of sound and religion and evil on that video that he produced. It's kind of a rappy, but it's definitely depict the power of creativity. This kid is definitely being led by the draconics to help me to pass on my message. And I wish more and more gifted people would take my voice like he did and mix it with his own creativity, trying to help me to reach the world and reach your children about God, cosmic divinity, and Jesus' initial cosmic ministry. So go on and click on that video here. You're going to have a blast listening to this guy, phenomenal creativity. And thank you, by the way. All right, so be ready for big surprise, earthquakes, tsunami, plane crash, cosmic news, nuke news, spyware on May 27. I already gave you the date. Okay, now the arrays, a quatrain and a specific keywords that are associated with the news that are coming, but I'm really making you aware of what's ahead of you. Of course, you're going to be shocked during those days to what will happen. Okay, so it's already It's all for those who are smart enough to understand that reading is very important, okay? And not for those who are just looking on YouTube for stupid videos of God knows what out there that gets viral. This is insane, but that's how it is. Now, I said on my last radio show, okay, I said, be ready for a crazy lunatic person to try to kill people, okay? That is my words that came out of my mouth on the radio a few days ago. And now you have at least 7 people that got shot at a party near Ball State. Hello? Do you want facts? Do you want proof that extraterrestrials are working through me and my cosmic wisdom is real? Or would you rather go and believe someone out there who has never seen a UFO and tells you that the moon is hollow and there is extraterrestrial base not only on the moon but in Antarctica? Jesus, my gosh, do you think the extraterrestrials are gonna, they need base on the moon or they need base on Antarctica? But hey, it's your choice, you know. It's either you use your critical thinking, okay, or you just get lured into people that have an incredible imagination and repeat like parrot what has been said without any solid, specific proof. It is your right to believe anything, like I believe in anything. The point is, my work is not about belief. It's not a religion. It is not conspiratorial. My work is cosmic in nature, and my work is real because I'm giving you the proof that only an idiot, a Mongol, a crazy person could not relate to. If you are a normal human being and you can think and you can investigate, then you will realize that my quatrain and my keywords are definitely associated with all the dramatic, deadly news out there that I've foresaw for yourself. Now, this quatrain mentioned police. Also, the keywords mentioned police. New York PD officer is arrested for allegedly plotting a murder for hire. Hello? Remember, this Plutonic window rules the police, the FBI, the CIA, and the reptilians are going to do anything even to a wonderful cop and turn him into a killer because he's infected. Most of the time, he doesn't know. Pretty much like 99.9% of the people watching this video, they don't know they're infected. And even if they are, they're going to refuse it. I am infected too. Give me 1 beer. That's it. I'm infected. I'm not the same. Smoke pot. You're infected. Use or abuse illegal drugs, you're infected. And how that's going to get to you. And then you wonder why young girls now is in the news. They're killing themselves non-stop. They're committing suicide like crazy. Women are much more sensitive than guys. That's why they're leading this mad dance of suicides. All right. Again, I mentioned very clearly police brutality in my keywords. A woman films tense encounter before she's brutally beaten by the police. And that was, when I made those predictions, I didn't know this one was coming. I knew, but I didn't know. I'm just giving you a color of the news. I'm not a psychic. I use a program. I'm a scientist. I'm a soul doctor. Well ahead of time. I understand the cosmic code. I understand how God speaks to his children through science, something that science and religion has negated or ridiculed since forever because they believe science or religion has all the answers when they got no answers. I do. Okay, dramatic news that involve death or life, because Pluto rules life and death. Pluto is the energy that takes a worm in the water and transforms it into a butterfly. Pluto is the reincarnation principle. Okay, so now he jumped off Golden Gate Bridge and survived. Well, that's the news I was expecting about dying and rebirthing. Here you go. More about death news. And believe me, it's not happening all the time. These news do not happen all the time. Only during my SOS to the World deadly windows. 24th horse died at Santa Anita Park. Yeah, the reptilians aim for animals too, innocent animals, to turn them into killers too. Be careful if you hang around jogging in a mountain and during one of your negative 2019 SOS to the world, personal or universal, and if both comes together, then you're cooked. That's it. You won't make it. Yeah, but the most obvious of all those news is that slim woman that was cut from her womb, okay, and then this is definitely Plutonic. It tells you what the reptilians are able to do with people that smoke pot, people that are really religious, people that have no hopes in life, people that are infected to the extreme, to kill a very beautiful, innocent 19-year-old young mother, okay, and to cut her apart to take a baby, okay, that tells you what the reptilians are able to do. Now, do you think science and religion are going to explain that to you? Or they're going to say evil, demons, negativity? Of course, for the lack of word, the religious world, we mention Satan, but it's the reptilians. All right, now this guy says to me on one of my videos, famous death, that's pretty vague. Oh yeah, it is vague. Okay, we have a wrestler, a superstar, Ashley Massano. He died at 39. Okay, we had Bob Hawke, former Australian PM, died at 89. He had a long life, but he died during that window. Michael Jackson's sons launched YouTube movie review show, famous death. Michael Jackson is dead, but his son revived him. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm not a psychic. I'm explaining the cosmic winds and how they produce the news because the reptilians are using this. In fact, Michael Jackson's son is probably led by the Draconics to make sure the beauty of Michael Jackson survive, his creativity. Prince William said he felt pain like no others after Diana's death. How come Prince William talked about his mother and death? Because the deadly wind, or the cosmic negative winds, those Plutonic winds, delegate talking about death and famous deaths. But you know, some people are not exactly smart. That's why I'm guiding you. It doesn't mean you're stupid. It means you're not educated and you do not know yet how to translate my work produced by the Cosmic Code of Addiction into what seems to be more rational and understandable and conceivable to you. It's just a matter of time. It's not an insult to your intelligence. The fact of the matter is, a child, when you arrive in this world, is negative. He doesn't know nothing. Whereas me, 90 years later, this child will have learned a few things. So he was negative, now he became positive. That's the process of life, because there is only two forces, positive, negative, up and down, black and white, from the back. Got the ball, 2 eyes, 2 arms, 2 legs. Okay, the good extraterrestrial, the negative extraterrestrials are pulling those strings every day, and you don't know. Or maybe you will. Tony Robbins accused of sexual misconduct. Again, do you think I knew about Tony Robbins' sexual endeavors or misconduct? And you wonder why not Wikipedia, because a bunch of religious lunatics over there, they removed me, but LinkedIn fired me because I wrote once, Tony Robbins' fame and fortune wisdom. They didn't like me to write about Tony Robbins' idiocy by burning a bunch of people because he spent hundreds of thousands of dollars to advertise there. So they'd rather give it of him than me. Even though that my website, or my specific place that I had on LinkedIn, received a tremendous interest by all those people. But I didn't pay nothing. It was just that people were interested in my work because it rings the bell. Let's say the truth. So I'm out, like every other place, every major places. Or if I'm still surviving on Facebook, I'm extraordinarily limited there. Cannot even post anywhere. All right. Hero dog saves life of newborn after teen mom buried boy alive. Wow. Talking about life and death. Talking about plutonic energy, the scorpionic energy, the scorpion, the stinger, death, drama, negativity, killing. And then the rebirthing, the eagle power. It's the only sign that turns into an eagle that must be above. But that young mother, a teen, now she's going to go to jail. She's going to be used by science as a guinea pig to try their new potent medication, while she's just victimized because of the parents, the religious parents, the scientific atheist parents who don't understand that little girl was victimized, didn't have no idea why she did that. Okay, the excuses are logical, are rational, but it's well above the brain of those educated idiots and all the children of the future that are going to die, big or being jailed for that matter. It's just terrible for those kids to be part of such dramatic statistics when it can be fixed if they get to know the truth, the fact, and apply their will. Nobody's there to teach them that. I guess wasting your children brings money. That's what it comes down to, those corporations. And if they are, if they have to pay, for example, 10 billions on legal pursuits because their product kill people or mess them up, who cares if they make 200 or 300 million? So casualties of war. Again, increasing numbers of young girls are dying by suicide, study says. And I say, be ready for death news that comes on during that window. Women, especially young girls, are very vulnerable because women are not like us, not like men. They're a pack of emotions. And even if they hide it, they're like a piece of butter. Women are meant to love and protect. And then there they go. They cannot love, they cannot protect. So they kill themselves. Nobody is there to educate them on the beauty of being a female, the beauty of their own creativity. And then they get infected, led by other infected souls. And then they end up being used, abused, sex slave, and God knows what. All the reptilians are doing so much damage in this world. And, I got to beg you to help me. This is ridiculous. Man killed girlfriend, teen's daughter. Again, an infected bastard, probably a pothead or a drunk. Somebody who probably had a history of going in and out of jail, and he goes, that little teen being killed. Probably raped her before, and I can feel that. Because it's all about sex and death when it comes to this window. Tesla drivers on autopilot dies in crash again. Probably this driver, like any one of those victims, were into one of their 2019 personal cosmic biorhythm. They do not know they're extremely vulnerable during those cosmic winds against them, and they have no way of knowing when. And and then comes that beautiful pictures of an eagle, which is the national symbol of the United States. Power. And then you have that crow riding his back. Crow means, of course, the reptilians, negativity. Trump, riding the United States. When you elect a president that has such a negative stars, much like Hitler, it'd be a miracle if we don't go to war. It'd be a miracle if this infected president, who is running your life and unable to control himself, kept messing up. I mean, again, remember, my work has nothing to do with politics. I couldn't care what if you like Trump or you don't like Trump. If you like Trump, it's because, like him, you suffer a subconscious fear of power. You're afraid that the government is going to send you one of these concentration camps. You felt victimized and poisoned and indoctrinated through all this negative stuff that you read or or hear from all those conspiracy talking heads out there who are cosmic unconscious, okay? Or you're a religious fanatic, or worse, like Trump, you have a negative energy into the sign of Sagittarius, and that makes you fear foreigners, and make you fear power. So you can only support somebody because of your experiences. So if you have had bad experiences with foreigners, of course, you're not going to like foreigners. If it's like I said the other day, if your ex-girlfriend was driving a BMW or a Mercedes and you see a Mercedes or a BMW, you're going to immediately connect and the pain will be coming out. Car has nothing to do with it, but it's your subconscious playing tricks on you, but you're not educated. Excuse me. So now this crow represents maybe Russia, you know, because it's dark. Anything black and dark represent negativity. And it doesn't look like if it's a Photoshop. It looks pretty real, because I was aware of that. I was checking that. But even if it's Photoshop, it is still an omen of the creator. The creator was led by the Draconis to subconsciously give you an omen of things to come, of this majestuous country, the United States, the most powerful, loving, accepting country in the world, which is now my home, okay? Now there is a crow on his back. So you look at the pictures and you love it, in 2 seconds you're gone. And you don't think twice after looking at the pictures. My mind is very objective. My mind is highly spiritual, very developed into the superconscious in time and space. And I can tap on the omens, on the message behind anything, a picture, a word, a move. That's the beauty of being cosmic conscious. And that's why, of course, the church authority removed that supreme cosmic wisdom away from you and stole it, stuck it under the secret library under the Vatican, so only the popes could gather this knowledge. A gunman slaughtered 11 Jewish worshippers, we remember that. And then a bunch of reptilious infected people were hunted for hate online. They were hunting for hate online. That tells you all the people that vibrate at the same cosmic speed as Donald Trump, okay, were looking for more dirt. Those people are infected. And I told you, President Trump's legacy is going to be devastating. In fact, the most anti-Semitic research is taking place right now, has increased straight up in the last 12 months. Do you think it's going to stop now? It's going to get much, much worse, my friends. It's just the way it is. I talk about in this Windows to be ready for the IRS, and then you got it. How Trump avoided paying tax for years. And if you think Trump is a billionaire because he's got a big heart, oh my gosh. He says you have to have real estate in your blood to be involved in the real estate. This is our president, which is controlling and leading our future. He doesn't even know why he's in the real estate. Let me tell you why he's in the real estate. He was born in June, July. Second house of money, ruled and controlled by the moon. The moon is not hollow. The moon is not a UFO base. Okay, the moon is designed by God to regulate the emotional response to life. And Cancer, whose home, family, real estate, food, the nucleus of security. So when he says you have it in your blood, you've got to have it in your blood. What he meant is you got to have it in your UCI, or unique celestial identity. And now you have a bunch of educated, rational, greedy idiots right at the top of the mountain, controlling our life, controlling our future, yet they do not know who they are or why they got involved in the real estate. Well, of course, Daddy was there giving him, he said 1 million, it was a few hundred millions. But, you know, it is what it is. To be a Gemini, you have two faces. Trump cannot stop talking. He repeats himself endlessly. He doesn't know he's a Gemini. Nobody has been there to educate our president when he was a child. Nobody was there to tell him, hey, you know what, Don, be careful. You have the tail of the dragon inside your choice. Anytime you're going to go and talk about foreigners or foreign lands or deal with religion, you're going to have bad luck. And then you put somebody like this in power, and then you wonder that the most powerful man in the world is leading us toward total disaster involving foreigners and foreign land. My prediction is clear. China, Russia, I don't want to say any other country, but let's say China and Russia for now, okay? Who knows, maybe as part of the Middle East are going to join forces. They're going to become friends so they can destroy this president, and we are under him. Okay, we are under his jurisdictions. He is the Hitler of Germany, so to speak, because of his stars. So we are going to pay the price. And this guy, this president, and all his counselor, and all the people involved in the government don't have cosmic consciousness. It's a disaster for humanity, not only for them, for every political leader, for every president, for every scientist, for every single human being, not to know anything about the cosmic code, not to know anything about God, cosmic divinity, or their celestial conception is a disaster for humanity. And that's exactly what the reptilian agenda is all about. Make sure that religion survive. Make sure the greed, gluttony, sex, manipulation, distraction, entertainment, sport run your head, so that you don't ask question of what they are, what they're doing. And the people, again, who are in power in the ufology world, okay, many of them, I repeat myself, never seen a UFO and don't have cosmic consciousness. So to me, they're infected, okay? As much as I am. As I said, nobody is perfect. And, okay, their repertoire of wisdom is absolutely magnificent as far as education and entertainment is concerned. But as far as reality, I do not see anyone remotely being able to do what I do. And that's what makes me different. And I'm not saying this, I am the only one who knows everything. Follow me, I'm God, I'm Jesus. No, I'm not saying this at all. Okay? Because you are God, and you are in you the essence of the Creator, because you have been made in the image of God, yet you do not know that you create your reality. And that is, again, a disaster, because you disassociate yourself with your neighbor, with your friend, with foreigners, with people, that because of your fear and your ignorance. And you're afraid of going to hell when you're already on hell in your ignorance and your fears. Of course, how can you like me when I shake you up like that? But I do it on purpose, because this SOS to the world negative window is all about getting a wake-up call. And maybe today, once you listen to this video, or maybe if you go and read what I wrote in the newsletter associated with this video, maybe you'll understand me a little bit better. All right, my friend, this is how it is. This is what it is. Talk to you again. I might just, take a break. Maybe I'm offering a lot, and I don't get much support. So maybe I should do this video maybe once a week. So, all right, I'm not throwing the water with the baby. I know many of you are there to support me and endorse me. But we are a minority, and it was set by God Himself. This hell was set this way for us to learn, because that's the only way we're going to learn, through pain and suffering. And even though that I want to work with the draconics, I need a little bit more than support. I need to reach much, much more people. And I look at the result of my work so far, the reptilians are winning the battle. We're going nowhere. People kill themselves. Children keep destroying and ruining themselves. There is no sign of hope or anything coming from the rational world. So I have to keep doing this, because my work is for future generation. Obviously, it seems to be I seem to be a little bit too advanced And that makes people insecure. Um, People have inferiority complex. Believe me, they don't like me for being right. You know, they don't like me for not supporting religion and the Bible the way they were indoctrinated to perceive it. They're unable to enter the archetypal realm of supracosmic consciousness. They're not curious enough to understand that I refer to God and Jesus because it's real. However, not the way it was designed by the greedy, manipulating, infected organization and corporation like the Vatican. So that's where we are. All right, my friends. What I'm going to do today, it's only, what, 9:30? No, 10 o'clock. Hey, I'm going to go fishing. All right, guys. Talk to you later. God willing. Make it a beautiful day. Be careful, be safe, and make note of all my prediction and share.